Every office has one. The person everybody depends on. At Preston and Myers Insurance, that person was Darius Cole. If the printer jammed, they called Darius. If a client was furious, they called Darius. If payroll made a mistake, they called Darius. If somebody forgot a deadline, they called Darius. His granddad used to tell him, "Boy, don't let folks find out everything you can do. Soon as they know you can carry it, they'll stop carrying it themselves." Darius always laughed. "Granddad, that's not how jobs work." The old man would just shake his head. "That's exactly how they work." Darius never chased recognition. Every time he solved a problem, it quietly became his responsibility. He trained new hires, stayed late fixing mistakes with other people's names attached, covered lunches, covered vacations, covered excuses. Then promotion season came. The promotion went to Evan, a man Darius had personally trained 6 months earlier. His manager called him into the office afterward. "I know this stings, but you're just too valuable where you are." Everybody congratulated Evan and thanked Darius. Nobody seemed to notice those two things shouldn't happen in the same conversation. After that, people stopped asking him for help. Work simply appeared on his desk. Meetings appeared on his calendar. Problems arrived with his name already attached. One afternoon, he caught himself apologizing for not finishing work that had never been his to begin with. That night, Granddad's words wouldn't leave him alone, so he quit. No speech, no dramatic goodbye, just a cardboard box and a handshake. 3 months later, Darius started over. New company, new city, new people. This time, he promised himself one thing: do your job, go home, nothing more. For 6 days, it worked. Not a single person knew him or asked for favors, and they damn sure didn't expect him to stay late. Driving home that Friday, he actually smiled. Maybe Granddad had only been talking about the old job. Monday morning, Darius walked into the office and stopped. His desk wasn't where he'd left it. It now sat in the center of the department, closest to every aisle, every printer, every conference room. He found his manager. "I think somebody moved my desk." She looked toward the middle of the office. "Oh, it did." What do you mean it did?" She shrugged, like there was nothing strange about it. "That's where the reliable one sits." Darius laughed. "I've only been here 6 days." She looked at him with genuine confusion, then quietly said, "I know," and walked away. He told himself not to overthink it. People were friendly. The work was manageable. The benefits were better. Everything else about the company felt normal. Until Wednesday, he came back from lunch. A single yellow sticky note sat perfectly centered on his keyboard. "You were easier to find this time." His stomach tightened. He picked it up. The handwriting looked familiar, too familiar. It was his. Every letter, every curve, every writing habit he'd had since high school. He walked the office asking if anyone had left it. They all gave him the same answer. "I figured you wrote it." WH. That night he barely slept. By Friday, his extension was written on the whiteboard beneath questions. He erased it. Monday morning, it was back. People he'd never met thanked him for helping them. He'd never spoken to them before. Folders kept appearing on his desk. Every time he returned them, they somehow found their way back. It felt less like coworkers needed him, and more like the office itself was rearranging around him. The next morning, he made up his mind. He wasn't doing this again. He packed his laptop, his coffee mug, his framed photo, opened the middle desk drawer to grab his keys and froze. Another yellow sticky note, folded neatly, waiting for him. Slowly, he opened it. His own handwriting stared back at him. "Stop resisting your place." For the first time, Darius wasn't confused. He was terrified. He looked around the office. Everyone kept working, typing, laughing, talking. Nobody looked at him. Nobody could have left the note. He walked out anyway. Didn't tell anyone. Didn't look back. He drove until the office disappeared in his rearview mirror. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He ignored it. It rang again, then again. Finally, he answered. A young woman whispered, "Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. I just started today. I found your number taped underneath a desk." Darius gripped the steering wheel. "What desk?" A long pause. Then she answered, "The one in the middle." Another pause. "They told me, if I ever got overwhelmed, to call the reliable one." Darius closed his eyes. "That's not my responsibility anymore." The woman gave a nervous laugh. "They told me it was your responsibility until they say otherwise." The call ended. A second later, his phone rang again. Unknown number. Then another. Then another. He looked at his phone. The caller ID no longer showed phone numbers. Every incoming call displayed the same 2 words: "For the reliable one." He threw the phone onto the passenger seat. It kept ringing. He never answered another call. They never stopped coming.